Hello everyone, welcome to class today. Come onto your mat, and if you are not near a wall, make sure you have a block. We're going to finish this class with legs up the wall. But for now, come to Tadasana, bring your hands to heart center, and turn inward. Focus on your breath. Deep inhales through your nose, cleansing exhales out your nose. Today's class is another in our 8 Limbs of Yoga series, and today's focus is on dharana, which dharana is traditionally translated as single-focused concentration. Now, in the last class, the pratyahara class, we talked about kind of ignoring and cleansing our senses, our outward senses, bringing our focus inward and to one thing rather than allowing ourselves to be distracted by noises in our cell phones and the neighbors and the news and all of these other things. Pratyahara is what enables us to come into dharana. So in the pratyahara class, I talked about how pratyahara, this removal of the senses, is what allows us to come into a flow state. Dharana is the flow state. This is the focused attention, doing one thing at a time with your whole self. It's focus. It's focus at its prime. This is when you are fully this is when you are fully involved and fully into a practice. And this doesn't have to be meditation or reaching samadhi. It could also be, like we talked about, runner's high and pratyahara. It could be writing a novel, whatever that is for you. This is what dharana is all about, is reaching that flow state. So continue breathing with your hands on your chest, in and out through the nose. If you want to kind of rock around on your feet to find your center, you're more than welcome to. We're going to move through several sun salutations today, focusing on those transitions, those flows as much as we can to see if we can get in a flow state in these sun salutations today. Go ahead and open your eyes. And on your next breath in, inhale the arms down, around, and up overhead. Inhaling the hands down to heart center. We'll move through a few of these sun breaths, just inhaling the arms down, around, and up overhead. Exhaling hands to heart center. Just continue on your own breath. We're matching the breath and the movement. That's always the purpose of any sun salutation variation, is matching your breath with your movement. So we're starting easy with these nice sun breaths. Inhaling the arms up overhead, exhale hands to heart center. Just a few more, just to warm up the body and tune into our breath. Last one. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Now we're going to come into breath of joy, which is one of my favorite pranayamas. It's a 3-part inhale, inhaling the arms to the front, to the side, up overhead, and then when you exhale, it's audibly through the mouth. So inhale, arms up in front, inhale again, arms to the side, inhale, arms up overhead, audible exhale, coming into a forward fold. Now move quicker, so moving your arms with each inhale. Continue moving just like that. We're doing a few of these. Just a couple more. It's aptly called breath of joy. And on your last one, relax into your forward fold and roll up to standing. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Beautiful. come back to the top of your mat, and we're just going to run through some sun salutation A's. So inhale, the arms down, around and up overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, pressing into the calves. And exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back into plank. And from here, you make your way to downward dog, whether that's lowering down to the mat and coming up into cobra, or working through chaturanga, coming up into up dog. Either way, meet in downward dog, walk it out, and then hop, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, and root to rise all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands to heart center. We'll do 3 more of these, moving on your own breath. Inhale up. Inhale, lift. And you can step or jump back into high plank however you'd like. And again, work to downward dog however you like, whether that's lowering down onto your belly or knees, chest, chin onto your belly and then coming up into cobra. You could even come to sphinx if you like, or you can move through your chaturanga and your up dog. You can mix it up with every sun salutation. That's what I do here is a few I move through lowering to the ground in cobra and then coming back up through up dog. Again, choose your own adventure. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, lift up halfway, stepping back into plank, and then making your way into downward dog. Beautiful. You can walk out your dog when you're in your dog. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Last sun salutation A. Inhale the arms down, around, and up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, make your way back into plank. And then make your way, yogi's choice, into downward facing dog. Walk it out, and then hop, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, and then roll all the way up to standing. Next up is our sun salutation B. This is the one with chair pose. So get ready. We're going to do 4 of these. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, down into chair pose. Inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, and step back into high plank. Work your way back into downward dog. Again, however you like. If you really want to challenge yourself, work through chaturanga. And if not, go all the way down to the mat. From downward dog, step your right foot forward and come up into warrior 1, planting that back left foot. Knee directly over ankle, toes at a nice 40-degree angle. Then exhale, hands meet the mat, right foot steps back, and work your way back to downward dog. And you can just go right back into downward dog and hang out there for a second. Or again, chaturanga, dandasana, or through cobra. From downward dog, left foot goes forward, coming up into your warrior 1. Then plant the hands, step back, and work your way back through downward dog. Continuing to breathe all the way through. And then walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, come right back up into your chair pose. And inhale up to Tadasana. Beautiful. I'll walk you through that one more time. It's a little bit more intense than sun salutation A. Inhale the arms up. Exhale into chair. Inhale here, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, make your way back into high plank. And move your way back through to downward facing dog. Lowering to the mat through cobra, chaturanga to up dog. And then bring that right foot between the palms. Plant the left foot and come on up into warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Step back into plank and make your way back to downward facing dog, however you like. It's a bit of a choose your own adventure class. When from downward dog, left foot between the hands, right foot plants, come up into warrior one. Exhale, hands back down to the mat, step back into plank, and from plank, make your way to downward dog. From downward dog, walk it out a little bit, and then hop, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, come up into your chair pose, which I forgot here, and then exhale into Tadasana. 2 more times, just like this, starting with chair, moving through your forward fold, inhaling always to lift up halfway, stepping, hopping, or jumping back into plank. And if you don't want to move through your warrior ones, you could always move through downward dog and then back to plank and do another flow back to downward dog instead. Almost like a mini vinyasa. If warrior one is a little too hard for you today, and that's totally fine. Every day is different. There are days when I can move through this sort of sequence doing all chaturangas, and then other days where I'm just not feeling that. I don't want to work that hard. With every warrior one, really make sure you're pressing into the mat. Your form is just A+. This is by far the hardest sun salutation, in my opinion. Beautiful. Finishing up your third sun salutation V, coming into your chair pose, and up to Tadasana. Last one, and it gets easier from here on out. Inhale the arms up overhead, exhale into chair, inhale, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, exhale, plant the hands, make your way back into high plank, and move through your vinyasa to downward facing dog, however you want to get there. From downward facing dog, bring your right foot between your hands, plant the left foot, and come up into warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, hands down to the mat, step back into plank, flow through to downward dog. From downward dog, left foot comes between the hands, right foot plants down, and come up into your warrior one. This is our last one. You're doing amazing. Inhale, and then exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Last vinyasa, all the way back to downward dog. Beautiful. From here, hop, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, come right up into your chair pose, which I forgot again. And then exhale to Tadasana. Beautiful. Take a minute in Tadasana, bring your hands to your heart, and just breathe here. You did a lot of work. Let it percolate for a moment, and then we'll move into our sun salutation C's. Now come back to the top of your mat. Take another deep breath in. And then inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back into your low lunge. Letting your hips sink down to the mat. And then exhale, palms to the mat. Right foot meets the left. And then inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, left foot comes back into your low lunge. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, and come all the way up to Tadasana. We're going to move through that 3 more times. You can do low lunge or high lunge. Inhale the arms up overhead. Fold forward. And then inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, step the right foot back. Arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, left foot back into your low lunge. Exhale, hands plant on the mat. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise all the way up to standing. Beautiful. Twice more. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. exhale back into low lunge or high lunge, whichever you're feeling. Plant the hands, right foot meets the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left foot back into your lunge. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And then root to rise all the way up to standing. Beautiful. One more on your own breath. Take your time as much as you like. And again, you can pick between high lunge or low lunge, however much you want to challenge yourself today. Really lengthening through your spine with every half lift. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise all the way up to standing. Well done. That was tricky. You did a great job. From here, inhale the arms down, around, and up overhead, and make your way to downward dog, however you like. So I'm going to inhale, lift, exhale, plant the hands, step right back into downward dog. But if you want to do it vinyasa, you're more than welcome to. Either way, meet me in down dog. Maybe walk it out a little bit, take deep breaths. And then inhale the right leg up to the sky, open up your hips, maybe bend the knee. And then exhale that right foot to the outside of your right hand. And we're going to come into lizard. So you can stay up with your knee off the mat, or you can lower your knee to the mat. You can stay up on your hands, or you can come down to your forearms, whatever is most comfortable for you in your lizard pose. Find what works, and then seek stillness here. See if you can find a little bit of ease. Lizard is a tricky pose, but see if you can find a little bit of grace and relaxation here. If you were down on your elbows, press back up to your hands. Go ahead and lift your knee off the mat and step the left foot back into downward facing dog. Walk it out a little bit, see if your hips feel different. And then on your inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky, opening up the hip, bending the knee, and then exhale, left foot outside of the left hand. And again, you can keep your right knee up, or you can lower it down to the mat. Once again, find some stillness here in your lizard. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. So get really cozy. Beautiful. Wherever you were, press back up to your hands. Curl your back toes under, step your left foot back into downward facing dog, and just walk it out here. Feel out your hips. Take one last deep inhale. This is your last downward dog of the day. And on your exhale, lower your knees down to the mat and come into a kneeling position, hands on your heart center. You did a lot of hard work. So before we move into legs up the wall, just take a minute, take a few deep breaths, let your heart rate slow down, and come back to your center. Doing the same thing over and over again is a great way to engage Pratyahara, which then, of course, leads to Dharana, which is the focus of our class today. Take one more deep breath in and exhale it out. Open your eyes and swing your legs around. Now, if you don't have a block, or excuse me, if you don't have a wall, grab your block and we're going to do legs up the wall without a wall. So you'll come into bridge pose, slide the block underneath your sacrum, and then lift your legs straight up to the sky, flex your feet, and then slightly bend your knees. Hands rest by your sides. And just relax there. If you have a wall, you're going to scooch one of your hips up to the wall as close as you can get, as you can see me doing in the video. And then you're basically just going to sort of windmill your legs up to the wall. And you might need to use your arms to scoot your bum closer to the wall. And again, slight bend in the knees, arms by your sides, close your eyes, and relax. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes. If you would like to make this even more restorative and supportive, you can grab your strap, if you have one with you, and wrap it around your thighs. And that will release a little bit in your low back and allow you to really reap the restorative benefits of this pose. But of course, it's not necessary. If you're just legs up the wall with no props, that's beautiful. Well done. Enjoy for the next couple of minutes. Begin to take your last deep breath in and out. And because legs up the wall is an inversion, we want to come out of it gently. So I like to wiggle my fingers and toes to get blood flowing again, especially in my feet, and then hug my knees into my chest. If you're on a block, just lower your legs, move the block out from underneath you, and hug your knees into your chest. And then wherever you are, roll onto your side just to allow your heart to relax again, taking a few deep breaths in fetal pose. And then very gently press yourself up into a seated position, moving very slowly so you don't get nauseous or dizzy or anything like that. Meet me in a cross-legged position, and we'll just finish this class with a short meditation, which meditation, of course, is dhyana, which is the next limb. So this class is a bit of preparation for that. So I just want you today in your meditation to focus on your breath. Again, we're going to go through that repetition sort of like we did with our sun salutations. But with your breath, you don't need to change it. You don't need to try and adjust it, make it deeper or shorter or anything like that. Just count it. So count 1 on your inhale and 2 on your exhale. 3 on your inhale, 4 on your exhale. And continue counting like that to 10. And if you don't make it to 10 before you have a distracting thought, that's totally fine. If that happens, just start again at 1 and see if you can make your way up to 10 without getting too distracted or too disoriented. I will leave you here for a few minutes in silence and then cue you to come out. Go ahead and release the counting of your breath and just let yourself breathe. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes to bring yourself back into your physical body. You did amazing work today. I hope you got a taste of what dharana is. When you're ready, inhale the arms down, around, and up overhead, and exhale the hands to heart center. When you're ready, you can blink open the eyes. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more yoga, always coming your way, and I will link below the entire 8 limbs of yoga playlist. Until next time, have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you on your mat. soon.